What's up, guys? It's your boy Darkskin, and today we're going to be talking about should you summon for Cobalt B. Now, if you guys don't know, Cobalt B is currently in the warehouse. You can go here, scroll down, and you will see her weapon right here. And along with her being here, we now know that her shatter has been very much increased from the CN version. She now has a 12.5 shatter instead of on the CN version having a 6.5, and on top of that, her base stats were also increased like most of the characters in the game that came to global. She was decreased on a lot of her percentages, but the fact that her base stats were increased and the fact that she is now a shatter unit, I think is a very, very good rework for the game, for her and a lot of different characters. I played her on the CN version and I kind of felt like she needed shatter, so the fact that they changed her to a shatter character was really good in my opinion. But anyways, we're gonna be talking about should you summon. So if you guys don't know, she will be coming with resonance, just like Nemesis has, right, for the Volt, and just like Frigg has for the Ice team, and Claudia has for the physical team. She will be getting resonance as well. You can see it right here. And with that being the case, she is going to be a staple on the fire team. So for anyone that is looking to hard main fire, right, if that's the team that you chose to go with, you will need at least one copy of Cobalt B, right? That's just how it is, because she is going to be giving that buff to the entire team. Now, on top of that, I do want to mention that we are still unsure who the next banner is. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people have said, and a lot of people, you know, have data mined that Ruby is going to be the next banner. And the reason why that's so interesting is that Ruby will be the first of, well, whoever comes out, right? Whether it's Ruby, you know, Sakifua, whoever, they will be the first 2.0 banner or 2.0 character. And with that being the case, we don't know if they're going to have resonance or not, because if they drop Cobalt B with resonance and then they drop Ruby with resonance, you don't have to run one of them on your team, right? You can basically skip one of those banners if you want to. So as far as that, if Ruby has no resonance, Cobalt is a must-have for the fire team. If Ruby does have resonance, at that point you can decide to get both of them, neither of them, or one of them. Now, I do want to talk about, you know, who you would be running on her team currently right now. The best fire team that you could run right now would be Cobalt, King, and Huma, right? The only other fire unit in the game is going to be Zero, and you would only run Zero if you had at least C1, in my opinion, and if you thought you needed a healer, right? Like if you felt like you needed some sustainability, you know, you kind of feel like you might die a lot more, or whatever the case may be, you could run here. You can run Zero. I keep calling Hero Zero over Huma, but generally speaking, Huma is just going to be a really good addition to the team because of her high shatter and charge, and then just what she brings to the table as a solo unit that you can put on generally any team. I know a lot of people that are running the physical team right now has Huma as a third because of these reasons. So anyways, the best team you could really run. Now, obviously, you can run like Cobalt, King, Nemesis or something if you want to, but I'm talking about, like, you know, triple fire. Best team would be Cobalt, King, and Huma. Now, I also want to talk about the banners. We have speculation of Ruby being the next banner out, and that's fine and all. But whether that's true or not, we have to wait and see. But there's also speculation, and I'm just telling you this just so you guys are informed. You don't have to do anything with this info. There's been speculation and stuff and leaks and everything that Lynn potentially is the banner right after Ruby. Now, like I said, this is all speculation. This is not confirmed. But if Lynn comes after Ruby, the fire team, as a fire player, you will have 3 banners back to back. So I don't know if you got enough saved up. I don't know if you're a light spender or what. But if you do have 3 banners back to back, you might have to cut off one of those units. Or, you know, if you're a light spinner or something, you might have to spend a little bit or something. I'm just informing y'all so you guys are informed, right? That's all. I don't want you guys to see the banner come out and you just never had a thought in your mind this would happen. But yeah, so it could potentially be Cobalt, Ruby, Lynn. It could be Cobalt, Ruby, Saki. We don't know. And I mean, for all we know, Ruby might not be the next banner. But anyway, that's generally the characters that you are going to be looking for. As far as should you summon, like I said, if you're running full fire, you basically have to. This is your team. If you're still not sure what team to run, it's really up to you what team you want to run. If I'm being honest, right? If you're not sure what team to run, fire is probably one of the more whale teams in my opinion, right? You do want to get some dupes into Cobalt to make her work, opposed to like Nemesis being okay at C0 C1, Claudia being okay at C0 C1. I feel like Cobalt needs like, you know, well, obviously getting her C1's really, really good. And, you know, apparently they buffed her C1 as well. So, it's on every round. So that's going to be really good. But, I feel like you do want to get her to her C3 for the Ionic Scorch. Just so you can get that tick damage. But, yeah, if you're running fire team, that's pretty much, you pretty much got to get her. If you don't know what team to run, you may want to opt for a different team unless you just really like Cobalt or, you know, fire. If you think Cobalt's cute and you want to get her, get her. But if you're not going all in on fire, do not get her, in my opinion, right? If your main focus is not fire or whatever, do not get this character unless you just really like her, right? That's the only exception to that rule. But if you're not going all in on fire, I just would not suggest it, because whenever she eventually comes to the standard banner, you're going to be able to buy dupes for her, and I suggest you buying dupes for her at least to her C3 whenever she comes to the standard banner. So if you're not planning on doing these things, you probably want to skip this character, in my opinion. I also want to talk about her team comp in the future and things like that. So looking at, you know, the units that are supposed to be coming out, Ruby is apparently supposed to be the main DPS for Flame, according to, you know, other players and things like that. She's supposed to be the main DPS, so that puts Cobalt in a sub DPS position. Then once Lyn comes out, Lyn is like a sub DPS support buffer type of unit as well. So these are just some units to be looking for. Now once Annabella comes out, apparently Annabella is better than Cobalt and better than Ruby. This is all speculation based off of past information. If she may come out on global and not be good. But these are just characters to keep in mind as a fire main as you're going forward. So if you do plan on summoning, these are some of the characters that you're probably going to be wanting to get later on. Now, like I said, as far as should you summon, if you're a fire user, 100% go ahead. If you really like the character, go ahead. If you guys don't know who to get, maybe it's a skip. And if you guys are not planning on fully investing in fire, you should not summon either. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment down below, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.